folks, today's lesson is on Wildwood Flower, the old folk staple. We're going to be doing it in the key of G, just like with the other videos I did recently. This would work very well in C. I've done it in C, I've done it in D. It would even work in A too, in terms of the shape. G feels the most comfortable for me for this song. First we're going to go over the basic melody, and then I'm going to go over some of the more intricate embellishments I do later on. Starting with the G chord, for this one you could do it either with the standard G shape or the cowboy G shape. I tend to lean towards the cowboy G a lot with flat picking because it feels pretty easy to get to C and to get to F, and just feels a little bit better under my fingers. If you're doing it with the cowboy G, you're going to go pluck the A string, third finger, third fret of the A string, open D, strum, middle finger drops down to the second fret of the D string, open G, middle finger goes up to the second fret of the A string, strum the G chord again, third finger, third fret of the A again, second fret of the A, open, get right to a D major chord, first finger hops up to the second fret of the A, open, back to the G chord shape. And that's our whole A section. It repeats twice. I'm going to play it once nice and slow. Now, the B section, we're going to go middle finger, second fret of the D string, open G, open B string, G chord, down, up, down, middle finger, second fret of the G, open G, down, up, down, open D string, C chord shape, open G, pluck the D string with the C chord down, open D, G chord, down to the top E string, open A, second fret of A, strum, A, strum, A, D, D, A, D chord, first finger, second fret of the A string, third fret of the A string, back to second fret, open, third fret of the E string, back to our G chord. So we got the basic melody and chords under our fingers. Now I'm going to show you a couple techniques I like to use to kind of liven up the melody. One technique with my hand, which I covered in the last video I did, was kind of a cross-picking technique where even if I'm playing this B note, second fret of the A string, I'm going to be countering it with an upstroke on maybe the D or the G string. Maybe both. So instead of just going, I'm filling in a little bit more space, adding some harmony to it, or adding more strings. So that's something I'm doing consistently throughout. Anytime I feel like I can use it, I do it. Totally up to taste how much you like to do it or how much you don't like to do it. So that's one thing. I like to do a lot of hammer-ons. So instead of just going, I'll hammer into that note. Open, and make sure that hammer is just as loud as your initial pluck was. Make sure you're hammering right on it with enough force and commitment, and try to land close to the next fret. In the beginning video I did in the cowboy style, that's a quick hammer-on pull-off. I like to do hammer-on pull-off combos. Open, second fret of A, open. Now going into the B section, instead of just going, I like to hammer into it and then slide this partial D7 chord shape, and we're getting into a G chord, just minus the third finger. Hammer, slide. That replaces now here's a little fancy thing I like to add. Little lick there. C chord, hammering on the middle finger. We're strumming from the A string down, hammering on the middle finger. Now we're still using that middle finger, open G, hammering onto the second fret of G. Open G, middle finger, second fret of D, open D, pluck the A string, first fret of the A string, hammering into the second fret, and then plucking the A or the D string. Nice and slow. Keeping it going. Again with the hammer-ons. D chord. Sliding into the third fret. We're hitting the note underneath it, going into it, and then I'm ending with that classic hopefully those tips help you out, and it'll help you get Wildwood Flower into your repertoire. Thanks friends, see you again next time.